Hello everyone, Firemac here, and welcome back to A Realm Reborn through Shadowbringers stream recaps. They're all New Game Plus, but this is technically Heavensward now. That's why we're on the opening screen, because before we head into Heavensward, I want to actually watch the intro video as like a, like get excited, get hyped, But something I should have done with Realm Reborn, honestly, and honestly, I'm gonna have to talk over it because the music is a thing. So I wasn't around. I mean, technically, I did see this, but it was during a time when I did not care about Final Fantasy XIV at all, just because it was an MMORPG, and it was during the time it was like subscription. I'm not paying for a subscription. Are you kidding me? Little did I know I was gonna love the crap out of this game. So, the video looks like we're a warrior. Yeah. I don't know, it's gonna be hard to keep up commentary over this song, because especially there's no voiceovers. So a little cinematic look back at the banquet. Our girl Nanamo gets freaking poisoned in front of us. Pretty dramatic, pretty emotional. Her pain face. And then, oh, there's blood. I wish there was blood. It would have been so much better if the cutscene was there. So that did not happen like that. Lolorito did not turn around. He was already just staring at us. They masked that cutscene a little differently than it should have. So, if you saw that, without knowing how A Realm Reborn ended, that'd be spoilers. Main theme composer by Nobuo, our boy Nobuo. We love Nobuo. Oh yeah. So now that's, I believe that's Nidhogg. Pretty sure that's Nidhogg. So we're still in our warrior gear here. That's interesting. I've only seen this once before. And there's, I believe that's the Stydian, right? Yeah, maybe? Yes? Michael Christopher Koji Fox. What a name. And this is... who is this? It's just a, I think it's a random Ishgardian. Shinpei Sakata. See, the warrior stuff wasn't working for us, so we're gonna put away the axe, man. Put away the axe. We don't need that. We don't need that no more. We're in Ishgard now. Or we will be. We're technically not even there yet. And that's not the Enterprise, that's something else. I forget the name of it. Oh wow, it's actually interesting seeing the whole area around Ishgard like that. And that's something you can really tell from just venturing the places on your own. And that was a lot of dragons. Yeah, see, screw that. We can't be no freaking warrior against dragons. It's gonna be something else. I like how they're really showing off Lolorito. Man, they're making Raban look really old there. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, look at that. I believe that's us, right? Or not yet? Has to be. Yes, yep, we go Dragoon. I want to say 14? Heavensward. Oh. It's pretty cool. Poor Namano. Poor Nanamo. They really painted Lolorito as the bad guy, but we knew it was Teleji Adeleji. Oh man. Listen to that freaking title music. Oh. Oh. Oh, so cool. So cool. So awesome. I love it. Oh. Yeah. 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 Alright, that's enough. Let's just dive back in. So yeah, I really wanted to... I had to. I just had to, you know? Okay. We're signed back in. The world is currently full. That's okay. We'll get there eventually. Oh, make sure. I feel like I might have forgotten to do something. Oh yeah, today's stream will not be very long. I'm gonna try to aim for 2, maybe 3 hours worth, but I do not want to go over that. Alright, so I haven't started yet. Here we go. Heavensward, Part 1. Owing to the schemes in the shadows of Ulda, the science of the Seventh Dawn have been scattered, and the Warrior of Light has been forced to flee north, though granted shelter by Lord Harshaphont. The heroes must press on to Ishgard, but what trials await in this reclusive nation, locked in a never-ending struggle with dragons. Yeah! We're doing this. We're doing this. Heavensward. Heavensward. Oh yeah. I believe it's supposed to be in there. Right where we were. Yep, okay. What's up, Tataru? No matter how long it takes, I have faith we will find the others. With Lady Yugiri's shinobi, with Anjay's intelligence, and my versatility, there's nothing we cannot do. You're right, Tataru, you're so right. Coming to Ishgard, the time for action has come, and Alphado knows what he must do! Real silent, real ominous.
The dawn's light will shine again.
And there's our new voice. Oh yeah, did I mention new voice cast?
So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Alphano.
Lord Harshaphont.
Harshaphont. So we don't pronounce the H. Harshaphont. I always like saying Harshaphont. Harshaphont.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
This is where Alphino starts to get cool, by the way. Alphino kind of sucked
Yes.
before.
Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
He just needed a bit of humility.
I bring tidings. Count Edmond has decreed that the 3 of you be taken in as wards of House Fortin. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper. Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
Harshaphont. 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 Harshaphont.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To Ishgard, then. Together. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Here!
There's no voice. No voice. New voice. I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the Gate of Judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names, and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then. Not at all the circumstances under which I had hoped to visit Ishgard for the first time, but so be it. They say the winds can be rather fierce on the steps of faith. Be sure to wrap up and before we go. Alright, so you want to see this, guys? I'm going to cheat a little bit. Because this is going to be hilarious. I'm going to teleport into Ishgard so I can get to the gates faster. Did this once before the one quest. Words of House Forton. Ah, yes, you may pass. Now we're in Ishgard proper. Put this to the side. So snowy. So wet.
And so they came, at a friend's behest.
Oh, that's right. We got a new narrator now.
Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came.
I'm at Heavensward now, man. The bots can technically reach here now. No.
To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of COERTHAS. A great and proud nation, devoted to Helone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace.
Dude, that looks like a really good apple. Also huge. Holy crap. That's a big apple.
Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and his companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change.
So angry.
Though none knew then how great.
Whew. From Memoirs Count Edmond de Forton. Oh damn, we get the title screen again. Yeah, I don't recall them doing this in the other expansions. They just flashed the title screen early. Well, they might have. They did it for Realm Reborn, now that I think about it. What you gotta say, Alphino? From afar, the spires did not seem so tall. Got to feel like a child in a giant's castle. Okay. Greetings, Master Summers. On behalf of House Fortom, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. If you would all come with me. To the Pillars we shall go. Yeah. Shoot. I think I'm the closest by the last vigil. Yep, bam. Last vigil's where I want to be. Oh, I gotta read everybody's thing. Is it just me, or is the air up here different? You can almost smell the wealth and the power. Gods, it's making me feel faint. To look upon the splendor of these heights, one would little suspect the ruin wrought by the wyverns below. Wyverns? The warrior of light and his brave companions walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight! I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present to you my family home, Fortom Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends, introductions must be made.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Fortom, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortom, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
Mi casa is su casa.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Fortom.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies, don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
There's so many new people here. I could talk to Artoriel or Emanilane. House Fortom Steward. House Fortom Manservant. Hoshivon. Count Edmond de Fortom. Alphino has a mind to learn more about Ishgard, taking in the sights. Though our friends in House Fort Tom have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about our new home, so that we might become more sufficient. It'll take a while to learn. It'll take a while to learn to lay the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. 'Twould seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall of course do as you suggest. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grow forgetful in my dotage. Dotage? There is something I must give you ere we part. Their documentation is in order, I trust? Yes, my lord. Those documents identify you as wards of House Fortom. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Fortom, but let us hope it shall not come to that. Rest assured that we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Firemac, Tataru, the city awaits. Let's go! Tataru. Oh god! Oh, they're so freaking tiny next to them. Holy crap. As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hoplon, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, 'tis only meet that you see it first. I shall then show you around the jeweled crozier, where you may purchase all manner of goods and service before descending to Fountain's Aetheryte Plaza, if there are no questions. Do we have to... Where the hell's the Hoplon? That's the Hoplon? Hoplin? What the hell? Oh crap, I forgot to turn off people's names. Yeah, I knew I forgot something. Initials. There. Do 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 do. All right. The Hoplon, so named for the bronze great shield born of our own nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. Hoplon? Hoplon, I think it's Hoplon. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thornton's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alphino. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined the King Thordan the First to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars. Time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the jeweled crozier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elacy. Yeah. Our master of the markets. To jeweled. Jeweled Crozia. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all... Ah, wards of House Fortom. How very interesting. Count Edmonton, it's just Edmund. Count Edmund has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we will have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners. Should you become comfortable? Young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrements, medicine materials, whatever you desire, it can be found in the crozier. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you. As you shall soon see. Our next destination is the Aetheryte Plaza and Foundation. If everyone is ready... Thank goodness for teleportation, man. What you got to say, Alphino? Oh, I already attuned myself to Aetheryte. I trust you have as well. Do you ever get a funny tingling feeling when you attune to an Aetheryte? Or is it just me? No? So, it is just me. And here we have the Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If you have yet to attune to the Aetheryte, it would be wise to do so now. The better half. Your guide is eager to continue your tour of Ishgard. We're not done? I mean, I would have loved it if we were done. As for our next destination, mayhap we should decide together what else can be found nearby. The Skystole Manufactory stands to the west. There our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The holy stables, where chocobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our knights most heavenly, while to the south and east, well, 'twould be best if you avoided that area. AKA the slums. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alphino. Hold your nose when you pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. I don't know who was speaking, so that voice might not be appropriate. It's just a dude. You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord but a humble traveler. Oh, come to see the sight, have ye? Take a turn down the Hopland and gawp at the statues. Well, well, if you have mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Nights, if your nursemaid will let ye. My humblest apologies, Master Alphino. Pray, pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Night for myself. I trust you see in the wisdom in this, Firemac. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry, yeah. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? Then I'm coming too. Bop 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 ba da da bop. To the Forgotten Night. Must say this is rather unusual, not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We but recently arrived in Ishgard and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her more notable establishments, Master. Gibralont. Does that sound so weird? Gibralont, or just Gibralont will do. I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I could not help but note a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spotted that, did you? Up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping on the other way to, or from somewhere else. Regulars maybe, but not locals. Folks from the Broom, they tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their tastes. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits, all quality, mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the Broom, if I may ask? 'Cause when the weather's foul and broom rolls in thick, it's the poor sods living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. And it's not just the weather. When the Wyverns broke through the wars and started tearing up the city, it was the Broom that got the worst of it, while the Pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the Temple Knights. More than a few people are still sore about that, mind, which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below, and something sharp in your boot, just to be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Alphino, I think it would be best if we return to Fort Hall Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Miss Tartaru, I'm afraid that is out of the question. My lord, the Count, would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place, least of all a maiden. What are you up to, Tartaru? Look around, Alphino. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please, do you know how often I look after the Waking Sands and the Rising Stones by myself? If I had a guild for every unwelcome caller I've driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt the lady's knack for fending off unwanted advances, But I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. That settles it then, Tataru. Firemac and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by Link Pearl if you require assistance. I will! Speak with Edmund. I don't know why that name is messing me up. It's just Edmund. Like I try to add like an extra syllable in there. Edmund. It's just Edmund. Speak with Edmund in Forton Manor. Welcome, come, Master Summers. Shall I show you inside the manor? But of course! Tell us then, Master Alphino, does Ishgard meet you with your expectations? That which I imagine pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took. And when those steps took me past the scars left by the wyverns in the Foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy. The attack was devastating, the casualties unspeakable. The wyverns did not discriminate. The wyverns did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children, were given no quarter. Sir Emmerich has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon to lend what support it can. There's much to be done, yet alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Mayhap we could be of assistance, my lord. After all you have done for us, we would welcome any opportunity to repay your kindness. Simple nod. That is most generous offer, Master Alphino. You are guests in my home to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligation. Let or line. I'm not sure if that's how I'm supposed to say that. Nevertheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good. What would you ask of us? From what I have heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. As for you, Master Summers, I could ask no one better than a storied veteran such as yourself, a man with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid Artoriel and Emeneline in their duties. Emeneline. I beg your pardon? I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need of our honored guest's assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would you say no when a famous hero offered to do his work? Hold your tongues, by the Fury. The two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station and show Master Summers the respect he deserves. This is the man who slew Gaius von Balzar, and some half-dozen primals besides. He's not here to steal your glory or serve as your errand boy. If you can pardon them their impropriety. Master Summers, I should be most obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. My thanks. Fury willing, they may even learn something from you. I believe this is when they give us that double split path thing. One takes us to one location, the other one takes us to other location. 'Twould seem we shall not want for employment over the coming days, though that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance's sake. In truth, he is glad of this opportunity to put us to work. By granting us patronage, House for Tom has taken a tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small. And so he would have us publicly serve Ishgard, while simultaneously keeping his sons in check. 'Tis an arrangement we may benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me into contact with people who know something of our missing comrades. And as you go about helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you will inevitably make new acquaintances in Ishgard, mayhap even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. Ooh, woo! Alright, so I have the choice of going to Artorial or Amanilian. Still there, Enifs? Which one do you think we should do? Amanilian? Amanilin? Where the fuck his name is? Or Artorial? If you're not there, that's fine. I have other ways to figure this out. I'm gonna get a die. Give me a moment. Alright, so I have this 10-sided die. I don't know. I'm gonna show that on camera. Alright, so evens will go with evens will go with Amanilane. Odds will go with Artorial. You guys won't be able to see this, but you're gonna just have to trust me on this. It's odds. That makes it Artorial. That's who we're going with. Over the wall, Lord Artorial is less than eager to brief you on his mission. What a punk. Let us begin anew, Firemac Summers. I am Sir Artorial de Fortam, eldest son of Count Edmund de Fortam. You will forgive my outburst, I hope. I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me, unlike some. Hashevon has spoken of you often. If you are even half the man he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then. We will be assisting my esteemed compatriots of House Durandare and Zamel. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Aye, well, suffice it to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture, but we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must need secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo stables in Foundation. Ba-da-dee-dong-dong. Alright. So we gotta go here. So Sky Stole Factory, that's fine. Now normally this will also take you back before they made flying everywhere. This is where you get your flying chocobo. Actually curious how they would change that here. They even bother putting that in the cutscene. Chocobo Keep. What do you guys say, Artorial? I've secured Chocobo porters for the two of us. The Chocobo Keep has yours. You see, that's the Chocobo we got. Greetings, Master Summers. I've settled up a black Chocobo for your journey to the Western Highlands, as per Lord Artorial's instruction. Will this be your first time riding a black Chocobo, may I ask? If so, you're in for a treat. Actually, I don't know why I'm giving him the voice. I dare say, you know, this particular breed can fly. Given the right conditions, then they can carry you quite high, too. Even over Snowcloak. You needn't to worry about directing the bird, of course. Like all porters, she's trained to carry you to your destination all by herself. So just relax and enjoy the view. Oh, but be sure not to relax your grip, will you? 2 hands on the reins at all times, if you please. I feel like this is new. I don't think they normally introduce you to the new areas as you actually get there. At least not in Realm Reborn. They didn't do that in Realm Reborn.
To the frozen wastes of the Western Highlands, once verdant tracts made pallid by the calamity. Beyond the towering wall of ice, to lands long forsaken that the knights of Ishgard strove tirelessly to reclaim. To the hamlet of Falcon's Nest, once abandoned, now freed of its pall of snow and ash, he came.
The world looks quite different when viewed from the back of an airborne chocobo, does it not? I still find the experience strangely liberating. To business. Sir Redwald is in charge here. He should be expecting us. It has been far, far too long, Lord Arturiel, and who might your companion be? Pray forgive pray forgive us our lateness, Sir Redwald. I present to you Firemac Summers, Ward of Heavensward Tom. Ah, yes, of course, Lord Drillamont spoke of you. I, Sir Redwald of House Durandare, do bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest. Are we both eager to contribute to the settlement's restoration? How may we be of service? Before we speak of that, would I be correct in assuming that Master Summers is unfamiliar with our recent history? Then, with your permission, I shall recount the tale for his benefit. As you may know, Falcon's Nest was once a hamlet with a small garrison of knights and some few villagers, and then came the calamity. When it became clear the snow would not stop falling, we had no choice but to order a complete withdrawal. The settlement and the entirety of the Western Highlands were to be abandoned. Abandoned to the heretics, Lady Iceheart and her kind have walked these lands with impunity ever since. But no longer. The Holy See has commanded the reclamation of the Western Highlands and the expulsion of heretical elements. Falcon's Nest is key to accomplishing these objectives, but as you can see, rebuilding the hamlet will be no small undertaking. Our craftsmen require support and protection, and the assistance you can offer will be greatly appreciated. As promised, we of Heavensward Tom are at your disposal, Sir Redwald. You need but tell us where to begin. Sir Redwald would have you assist the craftsmen rebuilding the fortifications of Falcon's Nest. Several craftsmen in service to Houses of Mail are contributing to the restoration of Falcon's Nest. These men and women are quite skilled at building and repairing fortifications, but their progress has been hampered by a number of factors. Roth, their foreman, tells me that he has need of a man with your talents. Would you be so kind as to seek him out? I have to search for Roth. Where be Roth? Where be Roth? Roth? Where you be, Roth? Roth? Are you in here, Roth? Any chance you're in here, Roth? No. Roth? The hell are you, Roth? There you are, Roth. Yes, I'm Roth. And who might you be? Ah, the promised help. Glad to have you aboard. I have the honor of overseeing this mess you see before you. Sent me over on one of them blackbirds, the same as you, to build a men and tell others how to build and mend. But fury take me. This ice, it's bloody unnatural how fast it forms. It's icicle sprites, I tell you, mark my words. There are pockets of full of them here and there, just waiting for me to turn my back so they can sneak out and do their dirty work. So I need you to search the hamlet and put an end to it. If you stand watch long enough, you're sure to find them. I don't know what accent I was trying to go for there. It's just didn't work out. I see some people are dressing the part, being freaking dragoons. I should be a dragoon too, shouldn't I? You know, I could, but I love being my. I'm not even wearing it in my good gear. It's just my Boja gear. Whatever. I'll be a dragoon for a bit. Why not? Dead. 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 See, I don't have any actual dragoon glamour, so that's kind of on me, guys. Alright, surveying. It kind of works though, because Bush's gear is kind of like winter gear. Well, also given the fact that it's covering my face. Is a big no. Let's go back to Paladin. Ha! Now there's a man that what looks like he's found his marks. You're just the soul we need around here, the kind I'll hop to when he sees a task undone. The first and foremost, God help is hard to find, and a sad truth that Roth knows well. You're a dab hand at warcraft, I can tell. Not that I have any skill at arms to speak of mine, but it doesn't take an expert to recognize expertise. Be a waste to keep you to myself, when there's others out there what need help same as me, but if you're keen to keep on doing what you've done, I'd ask you head to the north to the pike, the bloody huge statue out there in the waste, if you've never been. Mason by the name of Theramont is out there tending to the thing. Good man, Theramont. But I'd reckon he's taken on too much work for one. Might be there's something you can do for him. Why did I... whatever. Now, hold on. There, bam, done. Now I'm just a guy in a coat with a fucking dragoon spear. Alright, Theramont. Theramont. I'm just gonna call him Theramont. Hail to you, traveler! What brings you out this way, Foreman Roth bid you assist me? Well, far be it from me to turn down a helping hand. I have been tasked with the restoration of this sculpture. 5 years of neglect has not been kind, to say the least. Fortunately, I've just a thing for it. Rather, those deep eyes have it. If you could slay 3 and bring their bristles, I would be in your debt. I would be in your debt. Hone. See, that was fun. There you are. Have you the bristles? Yes, they're right here, dude. Ah, feel how coarse that is. That's why they're perfect for scrubbing the soot from this statue. Beautiful, isn't it? The spitting image of Haldrath, first of the Azure Dragoons, and one of Ishgard's founding fathers. A symbol of everything the Dravanian despise, which is why they've taken to searing it with dragon fire every time they pass by. But no longer will we suffer the desecration of our nation's hero. Soon the statue will be as it once was, a proud, shining testament to the determination of Ishgard and a message to the heretics that have returned. The work may be hard and the conditions harsh, but as a proud Ishgardian, I could ask for no greater honor. From on high, before you return to the Falcon's Nest, Theramont has a favor to ask. Are you for a Falcon Nest? If so, I have a favor to ask. Wow. there's this knight, Sir Yasaodori, stationed at the anvil to the west of here. She's always treated me with kindness and respect, more than I deserve, to be honest. Any road, while you were away, she came through on patrol, and I think she might have left a package behind. It's a bit of a detour, but would you mind returning it to her? My thanks to you, my friend. Because I'm sure she will have more requests for me. As these things doth go. What's up here? The heck? There you go. What's that? A package? I haven't the foggiest of what you're talking about. Confound it! That fool of a... what a waste. It was a gift, adventurer. Theramont labors day and night without regard for his own well-being. At the very least, he ought to try to eat better. Why not simply give it to him? By the Fury, have you no sense of decorum? A high-born knight cannot be seen favoring low-born mason in such a manner. Nevertheless, I appreciate your concern, as well as your willingness to assist the Theramont. May your journey back to the Falcon be safe and swift. Pray give my regards to Sir Redwald. So we're not gonna give it to Theramont? I must applaud your initiative, Master Summers. Roth tells me you have been quite busy. Alas, we have not the time to thank you properly. I have a task to which I would commit all able-bodied men and women, you and Lord Artoriel included.